Hello. Pine resin on the glasses on accident. Oh. I'm a little bit tired. I'm gonna post some videos about some of the stuff I've been doing. I'm thinking about starting to go live at 5. I might start doing that at 5 p.m. Going live every day. Maybe for about an hour. Maybe less. And that's probably be a good time for me. I don't have a pottery wheel. Probably gonna make me one. This is just shaping it with my hands, but yeah, I got a good look at that. I got me a tripod, so I'll be able to set it up and do some beekeeping videos. Oh, this notebook's from a long time ago when I first bought this property. It's an inventory of some of the first things I planted. There's a lot more trees here than what this is now. Two. Oh, it says I added 2 bass and brim to the pond. This is something I did about 8 years ago. I forgot I did that. It's good to write things down. The sharpest memory is not as sharp as a dull pencil. Somebody dumped a dead dog on my property. One of the borders of my property borders a dirt road. And someone took a dead dog and put him in a dog food bag, and then took another dog food bag and put it over that dog food bag like that, you know. And I looked, I was over there getting water for the fruit trees, and I saw a green dog food bag on the edge of the property, and I was like, that looks like it's full. That looks like a full bag of dog food. And I had no idea why somebody put a full bag of dog food on the side of the road. I don't know if they was baiting some kind of animal or what, I don't know. And I go to pick it up to see if, you know, it looks like a full bag of dog food, and that one dog food bag slides off the other. There's a rock. Oh man, it smelled terrible. And I was gonna bury it, but I just kept about to throw up. It's just so bad. I just abandoned the area. I guess I don't know. The buzzards might eat him. I want to bury him though. I might. I don't know. I thought about reporting it to the police, but I was like, nah, I don't know. People shouldn't be so lazy not to bury their own dog. I don't know though what happened. I don't know how the dog died. But been watering the fruit trees today, cleaning the chicken pen, putting mulch out everywhere, digging. Where is it? I just had it down. I've been. So the first pottery I made wasn't all that great, and I didn't put a lot of work into it because I plant. You can make pottery that's less likely to crack by taking old pottery, grinding it to dust, and mixing it with new clay, because the old pottery that's already been fired doesn't have stretch in it as much, so it's less likely to crack. And so this is one that I've made from one of the crude pots I made. Uh, I just baked it in the kiln, working on kind of learning the kiln, the little fire pit kiln. and I crushed it up, mixed it with clay, and now I got this one. I'm letting it dry out really good before I put it in the fire. I saw that same eastern box turtle again today. I give him an orange and a cranberries, but he didn't trust it. He didn't never eat it. I have given turtles food before and saw them start eating right away, but I give them strawberries when that happened. Thank you for subscribing. Rujif? I don't know how to say it. Hey, Green Flame B7. What's that, E? Hello. Good day to you. So, I got something else in this notebook. These old little certificates. I had a little group of, at its peak, it was probably 2015 with 30 members, a little micronation. And we had a currency backed in silver. Our dollar was a tenth of a troy ounce of silver. And we bought $400 worth of silver. I forget if it was around 22 ounces, something like that. But silvers went up. One day we'll probably turn it into a holding corporation. I don't know. One day it might fizzle out into nothing. Who knows? But I got a tripod. That's what I got the phone set up on now. And so I'll be able to do my beekeeping videos. I can be hands-free and have my hands free I'm looking at the question. Somebody said, how was your day? My day was great. Aside smelling the rotted dog, it was pretty good. I'm satisfied with the work I got done today. I have been sick with the flu or something, and I'm still a little bit sick, but I feel a lot better. I'm still getting like muscle tiredness. I still get tired faster than I normally would, but I didn't feel bad today, except for maybe like, I don't know, a minute, because I had gotten too thirsty. But pretty much all day I felt pretty great. And I got more of the garden mulched. I saw a lot of wild animals. So there's a few things I did, some improvements I made to my land when I first bought it. And one of the things is I noticed when it would rain real hard, a stream of water would trickle down this hill. And so I went about a third way from the bottom of the hill and I dug a pit on the path of that water, so that when it rains, instead of it just rushing through the valley, it would fill up that puddle of water. And then when it overflowed that puddle of water, it would flow like it was going. But then when it stopped, there'd be a puddle of water there for deer, raccoon, whatever to drink. And I just find water flowing from rainwater. And I would do things like that to hold water on the property. And then along a hillside, I was like, I'm going to catch the water on that hill and build a trench and funnel that to my pond. And I just kept adding on to that water system. And now I have black cranes out there, white cranes out there, box turtles, snapping turtles, crows, hawks, foxes, deer, raccoon, possum, woodpeckers, squirrel. There used to be a few, I planted a lot of oak trees, which it's going to take a long time for them oak trees to start making acorns, but planted a lot of fruit trees. I planted it, and I don't put no nets or anything on my blueberry plants to keep, I share with the birds and the wildlife. I try to just make extra food, enough for me and for them. And I get online sometimes, and it gives me a warped sense of the world. Social media wants reactions from me. So they'll show me some people just saying the most dumbest stuff, and it just pisses me off. And the algorithm knows it does. And when I get on social media too much, I get to, I don't know, it just brings out the worst in me. And I've took a break from it. I barely get on it. And I've just been out in the woods watching the wild animals and stuff, and it always puts me at peace. It always makes me just in a better mood. And I like to work out here where I kind of work in bursts, like a heart. You know, a heartbeat is dun 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 dun, like there's a rhythm to it. And you can't really work on the clock like that when you're working for a company. I give it my all. I just work as hard as I can the whole time till it's done. It makes the day go by faster. But when I'm out here working, there's just sort of a natural rhythm. You work really hard and intense, then you kind of rest and, maybe take in some of the nature and enjoy yourself and go back intense, work hard, rest, work hard, rest, work hard, rest, work hard, rest. And normally when I get almost everything done, then I'll play around a little bit. I make some pottery, or I just watch some animals, or do something that maybe not, I always pick the hardest job I have to do first, get it out of the way while you're still got all your strength. And I just, I work a little here, a little there. I'll go water trees a while, gather mulch a while, gather firewood a while, feed chickens or whatever. Thank you. And do you have any? I don't have any cats. My brother used to have cats. We used to have some cats, but we don't have no cats no more. We have, I have, well, they're really all Brittany's dogs. I guess every one of them. But they like me. We got Duke is a blue pit bull or bulldog. We got Dolly. She's a mixture. She's part husky, but also part, who knows. I think she's got some collie in her, and some husky, and then some chihuahua, different stuff. I don't know. We got a little bit of teacup chihuahua, 10 chickens, thousands and thousands and thousands of mosquito fish. No telling how many of them there are. There's also a lot of different varieties of lizards, salamanders, frogs on the property, And deer come out here, and just all kind of animals. I don't hunt any of the deer on my property. I do hunt deer. I will eat deer, but the ones here I just kind of keep as pets. I'm trying to get them used to me, feed them water, give them salt, and just let them be out there. Let them have a safe corner in the county to just rest in. Don't have any cat. Where did I put my pencil? What time is it? I don't need to let the time get away from me. It's 6:30. I'll pick Brittany up from work at 7. I need to do a hive inspection pretty soon, and I'll make a video of it when the temperatures are warm and good, and I think it's a good time to do a hive inspection. I'm gonna set up the tripod, and so I know I've been saying it for a long time. I've been saying the beekeeping videos are coming, and I haven't really uploaded them. But they are coming, especially next year. Next year in the spring and summer, there's going to be a lot of them. Just got a text. Oh, it's Graham. I done. Okay, that's already. Been through that. I got a little bit more wiring to do in this building before I put the walls up. I got it most of the way insulated. Some more work's got to be done. Man, I'm tired. Hey, Axel Stanford, I remember you. Oh, also, I hung out with Guala today. He come up here. I showed him around to the bridge I built and just different stuff. It's always fun to hang out with Guala. He's a local musician, rapper around this area. Back when the Piglet used to be open in Alamo, me and him worked at that grocery store back when I was in my 20s. I'm almost 40 now, 2 more years. But that's where I knew Poop Duke, Tomias Collins. I knew him from middle school. But when I got to Piglet, I forget if it was before or after. I think after Husqvarna closed down. I went over there, and I was working over there, and Guala was working over there. Pookie was working over there. Daniel Horn worked over there. Baron Richardson worked over there. And that's where I first met him at. My brother, though, I meet a lot of people, and a lot of times it turns out I'll meet somebody and become friends with them, and we get to talk, and it turns out they've already met one of my brothers and become friends with one of them. I got oldest of 7, and he was friends with my brother Adam in school. He was live a couple days ago. I missed it. That's cool. You got to hang out with a rapper. Well, I'm in 2 of his music videos from back in the day. I might be in 3 of them. I know I'm in Flip It, but I think it's an old video on YouTube, and it glitches up real bad now. And I'm in Mosh Pit. But they got this song. I really like this one song I think it's called Dust Nightmare, like DAS Nightmares or something like that. I think I can copy the link and post it on my wall, like on the YouTube channel, and share it. But they just walk around this little town of Alamo. They made a music video. Casey's in it, and Guala and Pookie and who else? There's a few other people in it. But I think it's a pretty good song. It don't really have. There's some other videos they've done that's made that has more views on it, but I don't see why that song hasn't went to the top. I guess because they ain't sold their soul, And also, there's a lot of competition, a lot of people making music. And I'm not, it's every now and then, though, they make a really good song. There's a few really, which, it's a matter of taste and preference. Some people like some stuff, some people like other stuff. But I'll try to find that to link to one of them videos and put them up there. But I was trying. He's out there. He was telling me he's out there raking pine straw. I've done that before. Raking bell pine straw. It's hard work, but it pays pretty good. I don't know. It depends on what you think pretty good is for that much less. Some people probably, I don't know. A lot of people ain't gonna do it, but a lot more people will do it than they say will do it. There's been a lot of us in Withers County working that. This still isn't dry enough yet. I was reading where they were saying that if the slower you dry it, the less likely it is to crack. Like, man, maybe I shouldn't have, right after making them, go ahead and start drying them out by the fire. I need to go ahead and air dry them first, let them dry out. Even when they look dry, they're not really dry. I can see, this corner is drier than this side or this side. You see the color start to change. I'm gonna make me a pottery wheel eventually. That just started off. I was moving all that clay to dam up that valley to direct that water to my pond, and I started. It ain't nothing in North Georgia where my dad used to live. There was all this blue clay, gray clay, yellow clay. There was this gray clay under the creek that when you just air dried it out, it was hard like a brick. It was almost like part concrete or something. And I'd take a flathead screwdriver and press it into it. I made a I made like a almost kind of like cuneiform. I made a like a cipher. It's just because it's easier to press into the clay than dragging. You know, if you write our letters with the circles and stuff like that, it doesn't write into the clay as good. So I made a system of, you know, I made a system of X's and squares and shapes like that to represent different letters, and memorized it and started pressing it into the clay. And when I was in high school, there's a lot of rocks up there. I made some stone buildings, stone bridges. Uh, there's a lot more rocks up there than there is down here in South Georgia. I'm in Wheeler County. There's just sand and clay here, but there's a lot of stone there that if you hit it on its side, it'll break off in layers already in square blocks. Pretty easy to work with. It's pretty awesome. But I found some clay out here. I had this shallow pond that dries up constantly, so I started digging it out deeper because I wanted it to not dry up. I didn't want it to dry up every year. I wanted it just to hold water so I could introduce fish into it. And I started noticing the quality of clay there was pretty good. And I had already moved a whole bunch of that clay to direct more water into my other pond. And I just started kind of playing around. After I felt like I had been productive enough and got enough work done today, I started playing around in the clay. And I don't know, I might just start making my own flower pots instead of buying them. I might start drinking and eating off of it. The clay is porous and food can get in there, you know, in the little holes inside of it over time, so it can be harder to wash if it isn't fired at like extremely high temperatures and all this other stuff. But I was thinking about it. You might not be able to wash it as good with water, but you could probably always fire it up, heat it up, burn it, kill all the germs in it, and reuse it. Filtered water through a grapevine. Sometimes I don't want to go home. I do want to go home, you know, but sometimes I just want to stay in the woods. I just want to stay in the, you know, I want to stay in the teepee, stay in the hut, stay in the dugout, go wild. I already got an arrow made out there, you know. Took a broken piece of glass on the end, got turpentine, tapped from a pine tree, mixed with charcoal, mixed with beeswax, making a glue, making string and rope, got feather fletching, you know. It won't be too long, there'll be deer sinew everywhere. Everybody that hunts deer, nobody keeps the legs. Nobody gets that tended. They throw them out. They'll be on the side of the road. Dogs drag them up. I'll get people to give them to me. And not very much longer, I'll have all that sinew to make a bowstring. Start stringing, making my own bow and arrow. I've dabbled around in a lot of stuff over the years. A little bit of blacksmithing, a little bit of farming, a little bit of this and that and all kind of stuff. I'm starting to be able to put it together with the land that I bought. And I'm about to build me a civilization. Just like that game Civilization. Me, I'm the peasant king. I'm the king of this land. I bought it. But there ain't nobody here but me, so I got to do all the work. So I'm the peasant king. You know, one day, thousands of years from now or hundreds of years from now, this whole civilization around us is going to fall apart. And maybe when the time's right, like-minded people with me get their independence, start a whole new civilization. I'm out there, you know, like in Civilization, on one of them little squares beside the city square, just farming away. One thing leads to another. Finding artifacts all over the place. Start digging out there, digging my garden up, and find buried barbed wire, different metal shards, different pieces of pottery, all kind of stuff out there. There are thousands and thousands. I mean, it is insane, like how many mosquito fish are in that pond. There wasn't any fish in that pond. And used to, you get tore up by mosquitoes going out there. When I first bought this property, you couldn't walk in the woods without the mosquitoes carrying you off. You had to bring a machete with you to fight them. You know, you had to burn them. You had to you were under attack. You know, you was fighting in the shade, you know. And so I got, instead of it being a bunch of shallow mud, soupy parts here and there, I got it to run into like a creek, like a channel, and I put mosquito fish in it to eat up all the mosquitoes. And now it's way, that might be another reason there's more wildlife in the area. You know, the chickens are eating up all the ticks for them. Mosquito fish are eating up all the mosquitoes. It's just a nicer place than it used to be. Sometimes it doesn't seem like I'm making too much of a difference day by day, you know, but it stacks up. All the work builds on another. Like if I'm working in a certain area of the woods and I'm working there all the time, I'm gonna eventually gonna want to sit down and rest. And I don't want the sun in my eyes, or it might start raining for a second. I might want to get out the rain and I have to walk all the way back to this building. And so I'll build these little temporary shelters, these little temporary huts and makeshift shelters and stuff. And while I'm working in that area a lot, and then when I get done with it, there's a bunch of I take pine straw off of it, or and now mulch my fruit trees with it. All the sticks and everything that went into it, I can burn it for pottery or campfires or whatever. And there's no weeds in the area because the hut's been shading it out. Then I'll plant me some oak trees or whatever in the area and move on to the next spot. And it's fun. It's fun. It's cool being grown, you know. It's cool not having to ask. Can I cut down this tree? Can I build it? Can I do this? Can I do? You just go do it because who's gonna stop you? You're grown now. I hope this don't crack when I fire it up. Hope it don't. I gotta check the time because at 7 I need to pick up Brittany. It's 6:48. I got 12 more. I got 12 more. Yeah, 12 more minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the tripod. I got the keys. I'm gonna go outside. I'm not gonna set that fire. I need to just save that wood for tomorrow. Did I have a pencil? I guess I got my keys in the truck. I ain't gonna be on this live for very much long. Oh, I need to turn off this light. See, I got this light. I got switch. I got wired. I've done run switch wire out. I've done run wire with 2 hot wires. So I switch that switch out with a, what do they call it? 2-pole. Anyway, I'm gonna put a 2-way switch and get me a switch by the door so I can, I can see. I can go ahead and turn the light on by the door and turn the light on by the bed. I have a lamp by the door for now, but my drill is broke. I thought somebody had stole it, really. I found it in my old vehicle, and it had been in there for like a year. It got real hot, and it just broke. It don't work no more. So I borrowed Lee's drill to drill through those studs to run that wire, and the battery died after I had. It's dark out here. The battery died after. I still had like 2 more studs to drill through. I'm gonna have to borrow a drill again to finish. Let's try to shake this crescent. I need to get me a flashlight because it says that I can't use a flashlight while the camera's in use. I got other videos anyway that I made. There's the moon. Thought I trip over this stick. It ain't gonna let me turn the flashlight on. It says I can't turn the flashlight on while the camera is in use, but if the flashlight's already on, sometimes it'll glitch up and let me do it. So I don't know why it won't always let me do it. I think I gotta have the flashlight on before, I don't know. But I'm gonna need this flashlight because I gotta make sure I shut the chicken pen. One time, I forgot to shut the chicken pen, and somehow they didn't die. No wild animals ate them or nothing. I don't know how that happened. It was like a miracle. These hawks around here really try my patience. Oh, thank you from Japan. Love back to y'all. Y'all have a lot of good manners and customs. And I hope y'all keep y'all's country. I hope we keep ours too. I believe some people kind of, I don't know, I think they want to build some type of tyrannical one world government where all the non-Jews are slaves to the Jews or something. I don't know, you know, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. And I think they want no country to really be a unified people. They want to bring in as much different types of races, religions, ideologies. They want to break it up into a bunch of smaller factions so that they can rule over everyone easier. And I thought they were just after us, but I think they after China too, Japan, everybody, I think. But I don't know, you know, the information I see online, it might not be accurate, I don't know. But it seems like they coming for Japan now. Like they are the West. I've never been to Japan. I hear good and, which it's like that with everybody, but I hear good and bad things. Like a lot of things in Japan are very like advanced craftsmanship, and like I saw them all kind of just amazing carpentry work, all kind of amazing terracotta work, all kind of earthquake proof buildings, all kind of great agricultural practices. But then there's some weird stuff too, like some kind of perverted stuff too, where it's like, why y'all got, I don't know, it's probably not mainstream, but they got some crazy stuff over there too, but it's like that. Like I saw this one video, they had, I ain't even gonna talk about it. I don't know. But I saw this one video with this Japanese guy. He buried these bones in the ground. And then after so many years, he dug them back up. And he carved them into all these different white pieces. And he carved in this wooden table, he carved all these designs of flowers and stuff. And he carved the bones into the same flowers and leaves and stuff. And then they hammered the bone into the wood so that you've got these white patterns of flowers and deer and all kind of things inside the woodwork. And it was just absolutely beautiful. And I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. Hello again. It is 6:55. Oh, there's Brittany calling me. All right, I'm about to call Brittany. She's wanting to make sure I ain't forgot about her. And I'm gonna get off the live. Y'all have a good night. Yeah, you can ask me a question real quick. But y'all have a good night. And I'm about to call Brittany back. And I'm about to go pick her up from work. Will the small man with beard be joining you again this evening like yesterday, please? Yesterday. I don't even remember. Are you talking about me? Yesterday? I don't remember. Small man. I might be the small man with a beard. I don't know. I'm Paul Browning. I don't remember who. I don't even remember don't remember who was with me yesterday. But I'm probably going to try to shoot for going live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I might go live earlier than that. And I got a few little short videos that I made earlier in the day that I'm about to post. It'll take them a while to load up. It might take them a few hours to finally process and post. About to go pick up Brittany from work. But thank y'all. And I gotta go. Bless y'all.